Welcome to World Transits Today, practicing in the tradition of Stanislav Grof and Richard Tarnas, blending consciousness research with astrology. I'm Art Granoff. Today, March 23 on World Transits, special Archetypal News Network edition. We explore 3 planetary archetypes: Mercury, Mars, and Neptune, focusing the spotlight on 3 current transits: Mercury square Mars, Mercury conjunct Neptune, and Mars square Neptune. So let's start out today with Mercury square Mars. Mercury represents our minds and all mental activity. The key on the ring, opening up understanding and communication. Writing, speaking, listening, the flow of ideas. Mercury's our rational thinking, knowledge, and intellectual process. Mercury, messenger of the gods, swift with winged sandals, smoke signals, post office, and the internet. Mercury as Twitter's ancient papa. Mars carries our impulse to act and shows the path forward. Mars asserts with the determination to continue while facing resistance. Mars concerned with effort. With action blocked, Mars quickly heats up, scorching the earth towards conflict, aggression. Mercury voices our cerebral activities. We get the point and recognize what's up. Or conversely, we're overthinking all over the place. Mars is about executing an objective, a person, muscles and strength. Squares embody tension, like 2 people talking over each other at the same time, then doubling down, like the current state of the U.S. Senate. Both sides talking at the same time, hardly paying attention, not hearing a word said. Mercury square Mars, cause and effect, careful and rational planning. We think clearly with practical ideas, then strike by prioritizing their importance. Our mind and will are synced with the 1-2 punch of achievement. Plan your work, then work your plan. Mercury with Mars speaks directly, not beating or whirling around a bush. Communications are clear. The lieutenant giving orders. The manager incentivizing products in the sales meeting. The traffic cop under pressure filling today's quota. We're rolling up our sleeves, thinking on our feet. We're demanding, and when challenged, quick to argue. Now you listen to me. Mercury square Mars on display. U.S. President Joe Biden rolling up his sleeves, signing numerous executive orders, changing the country's direction after the former president's philosophy. You're all on your own. President Joe communicating, then administrating bold action to keep going in the face of the other party's resistance. Mercury, logos, thinking, communicating. Mars, action, courage, penetrating. Mercury square Mars. Mercury mind has Mars considering fresh ideas. Is there more to life than the sword? Mars fires up Mercury, setting the stage for the famous actor or actress who can play just about any role. The captain of the debate club, the Sonoma County Herb Exchange boss, the doctor scheduling emergency room surgeons. Mercury Mars, organized. They press the button, then the checks appear in our bank accounts. The principle of logos, Mercury, in action, Mars. Let's look at 2 actors, well, 1 actor and 1 actress. Marlon Brando, first, born 1924 with Mercury square Mars. And also Mercury trine Neptune we see right there. Okay. From On the Waterfront, 1954, to 1972's The Godfather, over to Apocalypse Now, Marlon Brando, master of personality and action. Now let's look at Meryl Streep. Remember her? Born in 1949 with a Mercury-Mars conjunction. Also Mercury trine Neptune. Meryl Streep. 3 movies we remember: The Deer Hunter, 1978. Sophie's Choice, 1982. And The Bridges of Madison County, 1995. Again, Streep, just like Brando, can be anybody. Let's go now to Mercury conjunct Neptune. We use our mind, Mercury, to figure things out. What is the short-term importance here, and what are the long-term results of our actions? We make decisions that have consequences. Mercury is our mind's executive center. All thoughts pass through here on their way. Mercury also includes all professional skills and forms of communication. Neptune, the outer planet discovered in 1846, is seen only with a telescope. Neptune, what's ideal, symbolic, points to our spiritual center. Neptune symbolized as us in the womb, Mom and me as one, unity we belong to and are a part of. Neptune's what we imagine ourselves to be, which may have some basis in truth. Dissolves barriers, the rigid walls we sometimes build to protect ourselves in a tough world. If we're idealizing, elevating a person or situation, blowing up a balloon, that's Neptune. But when they don't act on cue, we get confused or spaced as our fantasy dissolves. With Mercury Neptune, we love rich books. Images and symbol systems seem to know our name, promising larger meaning. Astrology, anyone? Focused on the ineffable, we're a mystic, poet, or painter, affirming our message through language, image, or sound. Through imagination, the filmmaker or videographer is on the job. And through our contact with energized material, rigid thinking may soften, opening to mystery, insight. Mercury Neptune, the meditation practice through simple breathing, an antidote for the heated day. Go spiritual swimming, dip mind into eternity, repeat daily. Think of the media with constant images on screen persuading us. The influential saleswoman, perky minister, shrewd politician, or a TV show opinion personality with slogans, images, and high theater, delivering the message, enabling fantasy. Also, let's shout out for those who have suffered greatly. They may inspire us as we're part of humanity. With Neptune, boundaries dissolved as we feel another's pain, drawing compassion for others as ourselves, untangling our own hangers. Mercury is about facts, rational thinking, or overstimulation. Neptune is imagination, flow states, or negative thinking loops. Sometimes with spirit missing, remember, reaching for toxic mimics, tasty treats, providing instant access to deep states, only goes so far. We see right here the chart of Miles Davis, the great musician, Mercury square Neptune, the ability to touch the mystery deep inside, then bring it here through music. The best-selling jazz artist in history with 61 studio albums and 39 live albums, kept reinventing himself through the decades. Also check his Sun conjunct Mercury, sextile Uranus conjunct Mars. And here's a few of Miles Davis's albums. 1957, Round About Midnight. 58, Birth of the Cool. Then Miles Goes Electric, 1970, with Bitches Brew. And now, Mars, again, the achiever, demonstrates our impulse to move, providing the motivation to get going. Mars arouses strength towards action. Mars claims with the ability to proceed, defying resistance. Mars concerned with a challenge to prevail. With Neptune, subtlety through the gate, delicately revealed. The palace where boundaries loosen and rough edges smooth. In meditation, resting in breath, wide open, cruising on the loving kindness raft, riding compassion's flowing waters. Neptune, our imagination, turns us inside out, offering unity, capital U, not just enduringly alone. The direct experience that we're a member of, receiving, then contributing to a larger whole. Neptune's the magical prize, a wonder of nature resting in itself. Neptune as self-kindness, where we shift from only helping others to additionally add ourselves. Hey, we're important too. Stanislav Grof describes Neptune as basic perinatal matrix 1. The biological basis of this matrix is the experience of the original unity of the fetus with the mother. Archetypal images from the collective unconscious that can be selectively reached in this state involve the heavens or paradises of different cultures of the world. The experience of the first matrix also involves elements of cosmic unity or mystical union. A sextile divides the circle by 6. In his book, Horoscope Symbols, Robert Hand says the common keyword for a sextile is an increase of awareness, an opportunity. Mars-Neptune, the dog wanting me to play with her as I write this, to engage in sophisticated head-scratching while she wags her tail. Mars-Neptune, the former delays the slowdown delivering the coronavirus vaccine. Mars-Neptune, gentle strength from inner wisdom or a confusion, lack of direction. Let's talk about Dr. Anthony Fauci. See his chart right there. Dr. Fauci, Mars, sextile Neptune. Remember at the pandemic's start? Let's meet Dr. Fauci, standing in the background, talking science to the public with the big dog scowling at him. The methodical scientist, doing his work underneath the radar, his role as leader, as top infectious disease specialist, who must refrain from speaking or acting going against the official position. Also, Steve Jobs, yes, Steve Jobs, Mars opposite Neptune, also Mars square Jupiter-Uranus. Jobs, the imagination's conquering warrior. Steve Jobs, who claims he got tremendous insight from taking LSD, takes control by starting Apple Computer in his garage. He keeps going, building the Macintosh with his slogan, Think Different. Also Mars opposite Uranus-Jupiter. On the transit timeline, we see right here, Mercury square Mars, got here beginning of the year and runs for a couple of more weeks till early April. Mercury square Mars, we're rolling up our sleeves, thinking on our feet, and when challenged, quick to argue. Mars square Neptune right there, just got here the other day, and runs almost to the end of April. Mars square Neptune. We have right here Mercury conjunct Neptune for a few weeks. And Mercury conjunct Neptune about mental activities, thinking, evaluating, but with Neptune also wishful or scattered thinking. We may completely misunderstand what's happening. And here's Mars square Neptune for 1 month. Imagination in action or a spaced out warrior. So thanks for tuning to World Transits Today, everybody. Archetypal News Network edition. World Transits is available every day at my site, Reference Astrology, and the audio version at Apple Podcasts. And see you tomorrow.